Alright everyone, welcome to today's recap. I hope you all are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah and I'm a small cap stock trader. Today is a red day. Unfortunately, my max loss now is $16. Uh, I was red $10, so a little more than halfway to max daily loss. I did size up, so that's why the max loss has increased. Um, my position size is either 8, 20 is like, or 40 is like the regular, and then 80 is like max position size. And then I have 120 in case like I'm trading a lower price stock or a stock with a smaller range. However, um, as you guys will see in today's video, trading stocks with smaller ranges is not my cup of tea. I was trading a lower price stock, sub $2 at one point, but it was just around $2 when I traded it. Um, but nonetheless, there was resistance at 2, and it was just a very thickly traded stock, which is normal of lower price stocks. However, the float on this was 2.4 million, so there was a little bit of a divergence there, and I'm not sure why I decided to trade it. I think it was for lack of anything else to trade. I probably just rationalized a little bit, but that did not pay off, and I don't think I'll be trading sub $2 stocks anytime soon. Especially in a cold market, it's important to keep your quality standards high, and obviously I didn't do that today, so it resulted in a little bit bigger of a red day than it could have been. Uh, I was more or less break even on IMA, which I'll just show you guys right now. So I took a trade here off IMA. I was trying to get in at 50 because it looked like we were holding there. However, it started to struggle, and I was like, it doesn't really look that good. So that was a $1 loss. I only took 8 shares because the range on this was bigger. The float on IMA was 6.27 million shares, and I think we had news. Yeah, 30 million dollar private placement. That was today at 7 a.m. So that's good, but it was just seemed really thickly traded, and I mean, it just didn't like to pull away, similar to that lower price stock as well. So this next trade I took was a dip, or no, sorry, another trade around 50, and it was sort of the break through this daily level here. We pierced through and rejected, which I don't know why I entered back in after it had already rejected, but looking back on this was not a good trade. So I came back for some more on IMA, lost 2 times in a row, and now I'm coming back for a third trade. And I get in here for a micro pullback, hoping to break above this level and this pivot right here. But once again, I get stopped out as it decides to not work. But if we look at this stock, we can see that it likes to do topping tails. So we have a topping tail here, sort of a big doji candle here, red shooting star here, and then we had a false breakout here. And it's wicking, like lower wick, but then upper wick, and then lower wick here, then lower wick, but it's a huge red candle. We had a move up, and I of course get in on the one candle that goes red, but it was a little extended. We had 4 green candles in a row, but I thought we might be able to break through this pivot and see the high of day again. But I was pretty quick to cut my loser. I think the risk to reward was there. If we got a move to high of day, that would have been nice. But 3 cents stopped out. That's fine. So I do end up jumping back in once again, but finally I get my timing right on it. I buy a dip here, and I got a pretty good entry there. But it starts to reject, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this doesn't look very good. But then we come back up. I do get another entry once again, as it starts to look a little better. This once again was a risky entry. My stop really would have been when it goes red, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know how well that would have worked. Anyways, that was a winner, which is nice. There's a 20-cent winner right there, so not bad. So I don't take any more trades for about an hour and a half. And then we have RECT pop up. Now this is a lower price stock. As you guys can see, it's just around $2 here. And my first trade was a dip off of the 9 EMA, but it did not work very well, as you guys will see here in a second. So we coming down here, and as it starts to look like it's curling back up, I jump in, I get stopped out, and then uh, it wasn't too bad. Only 2 cents a share, nothing crazy. But I mean, this drop right here may have been a little too sharp. It was after a false breakout as well, so wasn't the best entry. But I think the bigger issue is the stock itself. The fact that it's a $2 stock and the range on it is not very big, and it just seems like the risk is outweighing the reward here. So I take another trade here. This one I don't really know. Maybe that I really don't know. The curl back. First candle to make a new high, I think was what I was thinking, but it wasn't obvious enough. It wasn't even obvious enough for me to just know right now. Like I almost forgot what it was, but um, yeah. And then we're running into resistance right at 2, so I mean, I feel like this trade, once again, risk to reward was not there. And also just the stock. It's really just the stock that I shouldn't have been trading. So I ended up losing another 2 cents a share on that one, which obviously is not bad. It's not the end of the world after losing 2 cents a share. But, you know, the fact that I just continue to trade this, that it's clearly just selling off here. MACD is negative. Um, it's just not good, and I'm not proud of it. So I jump back in here once again. Not an entry I usually take. This is like I really don't know. This is really just a revenge trade. And this is where things went south for me. I should have walked away after these 2 losses. This clearly is not something I should be trading. But I was hoping to get a bounce here, and very quickly it started to reject off of the volume weighted average price. And so I got a little stubborn here, and I decided to hold it a little bit longer, and I lost 7 cents there. And I told myself out loud, I was like, I feel myself getting a little stubborn right now. And that's 3 losses in a row on this, by the way, mind you. That last one was the biggest one, so it seems like starting to snowball, these losses. So this is where it's a real sign to just walk away. At least on the other one where I lost 3 times in a row, the last trade was like almost break even. The last loss was like somewhat break even. This one I'm just starting to snowball here, and my decision making is clearly off. Buying under VWAP as it's selling off here. MACD is negative. The stock is below $2. I mean, there just really isn't a lot here to justify myself trading this at all. So now, if I wasn't frustrated enough before, this is where I really started to get, I want to say angry, but I don't think that's what I should say. I was frustrated. I was really frustrated after this. I filled higher than price even went. So I jumped in there and I got filled at 89. The price hadn't even reached that level yet. So I'm like thinking, what the heck? Let's see. So my order takes a second to fill. We're at 88. Everyone's getting filled at 88. And my order gets filled at 89, like a second later. So the execution speed is so late and delayed. So that frustrates me. And immediately, like, I bought at the high of that candle. Like, jeez. And I really did get stubborn. I held as it broke below VWAP. And I still didn't sell. and that resulted in a 12-cent loss on a stock of this price. That's a bad loss. That's a really bad loss in terms of cents per share. Obviously, the loss is in terms of what it actually is. Like it's 9, $10. It's not the end of the world. That it doesn't matter to me, but it's just the fact that I over traded. And even here, I said I'm done for the day, and I decided to continue to trade. So as it broke above VWAP, I jumped back in, and it closed, and then I got stopped out once again, just for it to go right back up. And you won't believe, I jumped right back in. This was strictly like just a revenge trade. That's really all this was. Once again, not even a tick in a profit. I'm in at 89. Okay, maybe one tick in profit. Then once again. So just snowballing today. And it was all because I traded a stock that I wasn't even supposed to trade in the first place. Could have been a break-even day, but I decided to lower my quality standard because there wasn't anything else to trade, and I suffer the consequences. So it's a red day. I'm not happy about it. This is not my actual P&L. I did take more trades off camera, which is even worse, but it's about a $10 red day. So I did make a little bit back, but I'm not proud to. We'll just call it a red day, a bad red day. Not max loss, which is I think the silver lining. So it is what it is. I don't have a lot to say. I just couldn't seem to follow my rules today. Um, and I couldn't seem to walk away as well as I usually am able to. But I think there's a few things I need to fix in my personal life, and hopefully after that, this will not be happening again. I think I can rule this out just by not trading stocks under $2, or not rule it out, but um, have this happen much less just by not trading $2 stocks, because this is really how you get frustrated, or how I get frustrated. The stock is barely moving. I jump in, I get filled a cent higher than the actual price, and then immediately, since it just there's no immediate resolution. You don't get those breakouts like you get on higher price stocks. Like, not when I say higher price, I mean above $3. You just don't see that on thickly traded stocks on $2 stocks, or sub $1 or sub $2 stocks. You just don't. Um, so moving forward, I am gonna do my best. I'm not gonna trade $2.50 stocks, or stocks below that. The minimum price is $2.50. That's a hard limit. It needs to be above $2.50, or I can't trade it, because clearly this is not where I do my best, and it frustrates me. Just trading this frustrated me so much. It wasn't even the money. Just keep continuing losing on something like this. I also, if I just walked away after 3 losses, it wouldn't have been as bad. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all found this valuable. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.